No, I've got nothing up yet. But it did take a little bit of time to sort of log in, didn't it? Because I ended
There
up.
we go.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hello, everybody. Right, let's pop that there. Right, so we are live now then, yeah?
Yeah, we've only got one person. That's me.
One person watching, just we'll let everybody catch up first.
Oh, 9 now.
I've got 9 people watching. So we're in. Right, so.
Time to say hi.
Hi, everybody. Just in case you wonder why there's a person on the screen, this is Josie Otool'e, drummer extraordinaire, chocolate eater person, wearing pieman apron, etc., etc. She's partaking in Battenburg today because she's the Battenburg queen. Building you up now, see. Right, so we're going to talk for sort of five minutes, let everybody sort of come in, and we'll go through what we're going to do. But first people, what they can do is get their ovens switched on. Pop your ovens on now.
That's Darren.
Darren's in. Right, Darren, mate, you okay?
Simon Goodyear.
Simon Goodyear's in.
Gemma.
Gemma.
Karen, cousin.
Karen, cuz, you alright, cuz?
Tracy, Harry.
Hey, sis, you alright? Anyway, pop your ovens on. Pretty sure it's 180. Everything's on 180 now, isn't it? Yeah, pop your ovens on 180. Get them warming up.
John Atkinson says hi, Josie and Gary.
Right.
Hi, Joe.
I believe quite a lot of people are tuning in and they're not actually baking. There's no such thing as a free ride in this life. So if you're tuning in, you've got to participate, right? So anytime the word stir, flour, sugar, marzipan, oven, or spoon is mentioned, you have to take a shot.
Oh, you did tell me about this one. Yeah.
Huh?
Go through the oven temperature.
Oven temperature's 180. Get them on now.
What's gas?
Gas, about 4. So if you've got gas oven, about 4. But get your shelf down the bottom. We don't want cakes at the top. They burn at the top. So get your shelf at the bottom now before you turn it on. Can we hear? I'm embarrassing you. One song. We've got to play one song. I should have said the t-shirts we're wearing is this young lady's band, and that's her playing in the thing, doing the drums and whatnot in the background.
Apron I'm wearing is my Christmas present.
Oh yeah, I've got my. There's my apron. That was my birthday present. Did you say Ronnie's watching?
Yeah.
All right, Ronnie. How's the crows? We've got another drummer in the house today.
Right.
I promise I'll turn this music off in a second, Josie. I won't.
Put something good on. Put some crows on.
Yeah, crows. We'll have crows next. We'll do it to the crows album, the new album, shall we? Do it that. Right. How many people we got watching now?
Up to 19. Johnny Della's just.
19. All right, Johnny. I think we're going to have to
Della.
get 5 minutes before we start, yeah, because there's still a few more I know that are doing it. Don't seem to be here at the moment.
Is Johnny Della baking? Because if he's not, he's going to have to play that shot team.
No, what's that? Della's not baking. He
Right,
just said he was
Della.
on. Yeah.
For anyone who missed the rules, if you're not baking, anytime the word spoon, flour, sugar, butter, bowl, oven, shelf, rolling pin.
That was a lot of words.
Basically,
Anytime any of those are mentioned, you have to take a shot. You can pick whatever drink it is. But yeah, that's the rules. If you're not baking, then you've got to pull your weight in other ways and give us some quality entertainment.
You're up to 22 now.
22, right. So who do we know that's baking? That might be missing. Mark and Gemma, are they in?
Yeah, they're in. Darren's in.
Darren's in, he was doing it.
Don't about little Helen.
Oh yeah, little Helen. Are we in there yet, little Helen?
She's not. But then she might not.
Geraldine, she was doing it. What's the time anyway?
32 watching now.
32.
What's this event called on Facebook? I was going to share the link with it. Is there an event?
Oh, we are in an event, yeah. So if you've got that up, pop an event up, so
You know what it's called?
Pie Man Free.
Dan Hicks is watching.
Dan Hicks is here, right?
Terry Captain's on it.
Terry's here.
Hey, teabag! Teabag! This is the last time I'm going to explain the rules, okay? For anyone new watching, if you're not baking, that's you, teabag. Then the rule is anytime the word apron, oven, rolling pin, flour, sugar, butter, bowl, or stir is said, you have to take a shot. You can pick what shot, but that's the rules, all right? So you know what you got to do.
Right, turn that rubbish off now. We've got those damn crows on.
Better.
Right, we must be good to go now, are we?
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to wash my hands because I've just eaten a sandwich. 1 second.
Right, you go and wash your hands, then come back, then we'll start.
Does everyone put their ovens on?
Everybody got your ovens on. 180. Shelf down the bottom. We don't want to be cooking up top, so easy to move shelf now while your oven's cold. And then first off, we're going to be prepping the trays. So we should all have 8-inch square trays. What we're going to do is we're going to line it with paper. And then in the middle bit, we're going to be popping tin foil that holds it up, and we have our divide to put the two mixes in.
Are you doing that, Lucy, are you? Is that a dare, is it? You can see
Right, let's see how much delay we've got on here. Right then, we ready, Josie?
Yes.
Right. Well, time's good now, isn't it? People should tune in by now. I'll go back over it. Any late comers, we'll go back over it from. Right, so we should all have our 8x8 baking tray. Take a little bit of grease paper and a little bit of margarine, and then just line your grease your tins up.
Can I just line it with baking paper? Because every time I do that, it sticks.
With baking paper?
If I put just baking paper, are you putting baking paper and butter in?
Yeah, put the butter in first, or your margarine in first, and then it helps stick the.
This
Right,
is
so now-
some eco stuff my mum got from the farm shop, so it probably won't work.
That'll work, that'll work.
It's made out of like quinoa or something. Gluten free it is.
Right, so one grease tin, and then you want a lot. So you want probably just over double that. And you want to get it so that this side here fits in your tin. So if you just make your tin, or just rough, it doesn't have to be too exact. So I need to cut a bit off of that. I need to make that a bit shorter so it sits inside the tin. You'll see my there.
Oh, why am I ringing? No.
Oh, there. Unprofessional. That's a shot.
Dr. Baker.
What did you expect, Gary? What did you expect?
Right, so we should have a tray like that. So I've got your greasy tray yet, Josie? Actually, I should use the full mark yet. You're greasing your tray. So you've got your parchment paper?
Yes. Oh, why has it got a little blanket? That part doesn't need the blanket.
Is fold it there. And then we want about that much folded over. Inside there, we're going to pop tin foil. I know you've got a weird. Oh no, because you're doing. Oh, you aren't doing this, are you? Yeah.
I'm doing that.
So fold that like that, and you should end up with like this.
Michael Driscoll just said, "Go Josie." I think it's a competition between you two.
There will be a prize for the winner, okay? Whoever wins the snacks competition, there'll be a prize for the best cake, and there'll be the prize for the best drink as well.
Right, sheet of tin foil, everybody, and then just fold it down. Basically, this is going to be our divide for the middle. So I've got my iPad up here, see, so I have to sort of go from there. So you want about an inch and a bit, that sort of size there, and then you want to fold it to the size of your tin. So I am now going to take the tin foil, pop that in the gap there. Ending up with something like this now. So we have tin foil down the middle, that's all lined, and then we can put one colour that side, one colour that side. And the foil's going to give you the sort of the stability for your cake. Right, so I'm going to wait there and let everybody, need everybody to comment and tell me when they've got their ovens on and when they've got their baking tray set to
They
go.
understand that.
You understand that?
No, if they do.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's quite a process, this, isn't it?
Right, so now we're waiting for everybody to catch up. Josie's your tin line?
Getting there. I'm just having a few little problems, but
Cut down there, because you're...
I'm cutting down the corners because it's gone all funny.
Look, like this.
It's compostable.
Everybody else...
It's not going to work.
Go. Do that.
Not looking.
Yeah, I should have done that before. I'm doing it in the tin now.
You do that, and then that just sits in your tin.
Yeah. If Badger from Bodger and Badger lined baking tins, that's what it would look like right now. But it's all right.
Mum's watching.
Hi, Mum. You all right?
No, Josie's mum.
Oh, Josie's mum's watching.
No, Catherine, your mum.
Oh, my mum's watching. Hello, Mum. Right, so, is everybody up together? We get many comments on there? People are... See, I'm not getting...
Oh, Toy. I bought 2 new tins especially, so I'm using 2 tins. I feel grown up having my own baking tins. That's all right, because Josie's doing the same.
Oh, she's doing one, you're doing a colour on each side of you, Toy.
Helen's in now.
Helen's in.
Hi, Helen.
Hi, Helen. How did your cake? That was fun doing your cake the other night, Helen. That was for sure.
You say hi to Angie, my school friend.
Hi
Angie.
to Angie, my school friend. My school friend.
Mine.
Your school friend. Helen's school friend. Hello, Angie, Helen's school friend. Right, so can I flip on to the next stage? Or your tray's lined?
I've done one tray. I'm on to my other contraption.
Darren Edwards.
Darren's done. Good man.
Bring.
So we'll just let Josie catch up and then a few of the others, and then we'll get on with the next bit then. It's quite simple, this game. Basically, the next stage is going to be, a lot of people do the creaming mix where you do it all individually, but you don't need to do that. You just do the all in one. We just chuck it all in the pan, mix it up. Away you go. Take half out, pop that in one half of the tin, and then the other half you colour with whatever you're going to do it. I've not asked what everybody's doing colour-wise. I mean, today I'm making a chocolate Battenburg, and I've just made up. If anybody remembers when we did our chocolate mousse cake, the first one, Bake Off one, I've just made some fresh chocolate ganache. And that's just going to set. So I'm going to use that as my sandwich and my layer around for the Marzipan. So we're having a chocolate one.
Simon's done.
Simon's done.
Mark's done.
Mark. Oh, Mark Woolley, yeah. And then we basically...
How are the shots going down?
I
Spoon, bowl.
I'll have a shot. Shot strong cider.
Helen's still finding sticky surfaces.
Is Helen baking? Or are you watching?
Oh, Mark's doing red and blue.
Yeah.
With the red and blue Battenburg with white fondant icing.
Is he just doing Battenburg? Right, this is a question just for Mark. Are you doing just the squares, or do you want me to show you how to actually do a Union Jack one?
No. Oh my God.
If you want to know the Union Jack way, it's pretty simple. You just need to.
Union Jack.
So yeah, well, there's two. There could be two of you doing that then.
So Toy Cox is doing yellow and red.
Yellow and red.
She said Tia Maria and coffee flavour. Is that too daring?
No. But what your better option is to get that into butter icing. So you want like icing for later on. We don't need this yet. This will be for the next stage. You want a bit of icing sugar and some butter. Make up a butter icing like you do for the kids' cakes. Pop a bit of cocoa powder into it, and you could put some some coffee granules. Put them in a teaspoon of boiling hot water so it just literally melts, and put that in for your coffee, and then a dash of Tia Maria. But just be careful you don't put too much because you'll have too runny, if that makes sense. And you won't need a lot, and then you can have that in your spread. But if you want to put coffee in your oh no, she says she red and white, is that?
So she's doing yellow and red.
Yellow and red.
Yeah.
All right, so you don't really want to be putting coffee. Keep it for your filling part, your butter icing, and you can use that to sandwich it all together and the outer layer. That'd be wicked. We did one the other day. We had coffee and Tia Maria with chocolate though. We did chocolate sponge.
I think you need to make a gallery with all your Battenbergs, Gary.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we did a gin and tonic one yesterday.
Simon's doing yellow and red with gin and tonic, gin butter instead of jam.
Yep. Oh, he's got gin. Ooh, interesting.
Gin and butter.
Yeah, you just eat a little bit of gin down into it.
Mark said no alcohol today though, as we polished off a box of wine last night and are feeling fragile.
Oh, Mark's saying sailors, you're not playing the shot game.
What about toys, Jane?
So yeah, no, she'd be drinking.
Oh, she says winner.
Right. I'm assuming we're good to go.
She going to
Right, I think
Yes.
so everyone's done.
Oh,
Right then, so you got both tins done yet? That's you, Joe. So you got the oven on yet? And I'm assuming everybody else is caught up. I am about to start now. If you don't want me to carry on with the next bit, message me now. Otherwise, we're going to start.
that means Mark's not doing Union Jack.
He's not doing this. He's going to keep it square. Probably sensible.
Especially this one over. Right, ready? I will do shots of espresso. Mark. Or not. Oh, take your couple, yeah. I'll give those if you lose them.
Right then, everybody grab yourself a mixing bowl. I use one of these here, but as long as you've got enough space to mix it in, and then you want to put in, we'll go through the ingredients. Need my glasses for this. So we want 170. I'll do it in ounces and grams. 175 or 6 ounces of butter. You should have it diced up and it should be soft. Mine's nice and soft. I left it out. So that goes into your pan.
They can mic it, couldn't they?
If your butter's a little bit hard, pop it in the mic for like 10 seconds. Don't melt it, just soften it up.
I've blown
Next
up
in.
2 of these in the last 6 months. So I'm banned. I'm banned from mixing butter in the fridge now.
All right. Sugar. 175, 6 ounces sugar in with the butter. Self-raising flour. 175, 6 ounces again. As you can see, it literally is just a sponge mix. So that goes into the pan. 3 large eggs. Literally just crack them straight in there. 3 eggs. Next, baking powder, which I've lost here. So you want about 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And this stuff's like rocking all shit. I can't buy it for love nor money. That's the last I of a company have got. Cash and carry got none, supermarkets got none. Hopefully I can get some from my bakery suppliers.
Little Hannah's watching.
So you want about 3/4 of a baking powder. That goes straight in. Hello, little Hannah. Vanilla essence or extract. You pop about half teaspoon of that in. Now I can't because I have none. So we're ditching that. Ingredients: ground almonds, 65 grams. Straight in. Essence. You just put a little bit more of this in. I do like almondy, but about a teaspoonish, but you can pop a bit more in if you want. It kind of depends how strong yours is. Mine's not that strong. Right, so that should be all the ingredients in there now. I'll whiz through it quickly again so everybody can keep up with us. Should have butter.
Butter, 1 second. Having a bit of a problem here.
Put the other stuff in.
Yeah, but she could be like everyone else.
Come on, Chef.
I had to chop it up.
You've disappeared. Huh? Don't you see your hat then?
Told Josie and
Rebecca, there's nice apron, Josie.
The
Rebecca
apron.
who? Rebecca Cooper.
Thank you, Beck. It is, isn't it? This is the Time Man's Toy Shop. Becca Cooper plays in a band that I just played the drums for some of their recordings. Check them out, Dead Idols.
Right. Oh, Dead Idols, I've seen it. But that's the lead singer, big blonde guy, isn't it?
No, I think that might be a different band. The singer definitely doesn't have blonde hair.
Heidi's friends with him, isn't she?
Pardon?
Heidi's friends with him. I'm sure we saw him at Rockwich a couple of years back.
Different band. Becca, don't change the band name. There's another one.
Oh, right.
Right, I've got some softened butter now. Now what happens?
You got everything in?
I've got a bowl of butter. What do I have to put in that?
Right, so butter, 6 ounces caster sugar.
Yeah.
Self-raising flour, 6 ounces.
Yeah. Do I have to sieve it or just shove it in?
Chuck it in. Straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to sieve it because we're just mixing it all up in one go. 3 eggs.
Yep.
You should have your ground almonds.
Yep.
Get your eggs in first.
I'm doing double
Actually, quite good.
quantity.
This is like I'm actually. It feels like you are everybody that's baking. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm talking to everyone. Yeah.
The wrong
Well, I'm
band.
usually the slowest one anyway. Oh no, I've just got half an eggshell in me powder.
Yeah, you don't want that in there.
Say host.
Vote for Phone and Stars.
Yeah, he says a hat indoors in this heat. You are crazy.
Who says you should be wearing a hat indoors?
I'm wearing my wagon's hat.
Wagon's that, oh.
This is my chef's hat now. This used to be my gig hat, but now there's no gigs. It's been repurposed. Right.
Right, we got eggs in?
Yeah,
Minus the shell?
No, I'm doing some shell picking now. It's like going to the beach.
How's everyone else doing?
How's everybody else doing? We're all just waiting on Josie. How's everybody else ready to go?
Bet you regret this now, don't you, Gaza? Right, I'm going to wash my hands.
Everybody else is ready. You can literally start whisking all that up. So you should have flour, sugar, butter, eggs, ground almonds, baking powder, vanilla, almond essence. Mix it up. Chuck it in your mixer, give it a, and then just blend it all in.
How much
What?
Right, so where do you get? Did you get almonds in?
No. Oh, no. Yes.
Almonds are in. Yeah. Baking powder,
How much?
about 3/4 of a teaspoon. Don't matter if it's a bit over. It's better being a bit over than under.
Spoon and a half for me then.
Yeah.
Should get an eggshell out because
Yeah.
Hannah said use the eggshell to get the.
Yeah, the Hano's in the flour.
How much?
Baking powder. Did you have vanilla? Were you lucky enough to get vanilla?
I got
Oh,
some
you got
vanilla.
Hang on. So pop a bit of that in, about half a teaspoon.
So a whole teaspoon if you're doing double, yeah?
Oh yeah, of course you're doubling it in here. Oh right, yeah. So as you're doing double, obviously what I've read out, you need to have doubled that. You've done that, haven't you?
Double everything, yeah.
And then almonds extract or almond essence.
How much of that?
You want about a teaspoon and a half for you. And then now you need to mix it up.
God.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mix mine up now. You all good?
Ed said you'll have to shout. Can't hear you over the mixer. Mark's watching now. Wow.
Oh, it smells quite nice, doesn't it? That almond essence is really good.
Yeah.
It smells like Play-Doh.
I've not got a mixer, Joe. You're doing it by hand, yeah?
I'm going to stir it first because all the flour will puff up everywhere because my bowl's really full. So I'm just going to stir it for a second. Otherwise, it's proper. When you mix it, are you meant to be like just mixing it to the point it's mixed together, or is it meant to be putting air into it and going light and fluffy?
Yeah, you want light and fluffy, but we're not really getting air in it because it's an all-in-one mix.
Can you show that at the camera?
Yeah, it's coming up now. So this is what I got. Your mix should be like a pale, as you can see, it's almost like bread dough, really. The almonds make it go like that because there's a bit of extra dry in the mix. But you should just have it it should change colour slightly. You should start off a bit yellow and then turn a bit pale, and then you're good to go. Don't take long, about 3-4 minutes on a mixer. So hopefully everybody's up at that stage.
No.
Right, so let's have a little thumbs up from everybody who's ready to go with the next bit.
Yeah! I'm only just sticking my whisks in the
Check on everybody else.
No thumbs yet.
No thumbs yet, so you're not last.
I might be on a time to that.
All right, get that whiskey and then go.
Oh, one thumbs up.
Seriously, you know what I was saying about Bodger and Badger? Check this out.
Hello.
You see that chair?
Oh, you've got it everywhere. Jesus.
Oh no.
It's always happening. No. Huh?
Slow speed first. Build it up.
Normally all the ironing is behind me, but my mother has learnt not to leave any clothing around when I'm cooking because it ends up splattered with buttercream usually.
Harry's done. Right, we're just waiting for Josie, everybody to
Is
catch
that
up.
alright? Just sat there.
Yeah, it's fine sat there. Don't panic, nobody.
Mark's smaller all the time. Jack keeps eating the mix. The cake mix.
Jack, leave the cake mix alone.
Darren's done. Simon Goodyear said cake mix landed in his beer. That's as messy as Josie.
Is that? Has you got that mixing, Josie? Yeah.
Yeah, do you reckon that's done?
Yeah, that looks alright now. It's all mixed in. Turn the light.
It's not. Sorry.
A little bit
It
turned,
has-
a little bit pale.
Not really, because I've been brewing it on low speed. Give it more.
Hold on, another minute. Do one more minute.
He's done it before now.
Yeah, see, this is his practice,
She
isn't
gave
it,
2 thumbs.
Helen? You just got to remember this marzipan, Helen. Don't use that rubbish. What she had,
This
silicon thing.
non-slip mat thing.
I did the marzipan for Helen the other day. She had a non-slip mat. She put the marzipan on it, couldn't get it off it. Oh, nightmare.
Oh, so Jack heard you say mix, and he goes, "How do you know that I'm doing that?"
Eyes everywhere, Jack. Eyes everywhere.
Yes, I'm watching you.
Right, you good now?
Looks like mashed potato.
Yep. Right then, so everybody should be up to date now. So we should have 1 prepared tin or 2 for people that make double ones. So what we need to do now, take half of said mix and put it in one side, and then leave half in there, and then in that half you're going to add whatever colouring you're using, cocoa powder, beetroot powders, whatever it is you're doing. But you kind of just have to roughly guess your halves. And then just sort of spread it, take a spoon and just push it into where it should go. Just don't push your metal thing too much, because you obviously don't want to sending it down the other way. It doesn't have to be too fancy, because we do trim this cake down quite a bit. So I've done about half my mix there, so it's kind of looking like that, but like sort of half a tinish sort of there. That's about right. Jack, can you go and get changed and put some clothes on, please? I can see you from here. What's then? So we have the second half of the mix, which is what now you're going to chuck in whatever colourings you're going with. If you're using red, I would go slightly more in it, because red has a tendency to sort of disappear, doesn't it, Helen? I'm going chocolate, so cocoa powder for me.
What about pink? Is pink a...
No, you need to go past pink.
Oh, what about Mark with his blue and his red? Because you have to put quite a bit in, don't you?
Well, you kind of, it changes with ones. The only thing I would say is if you're putting cocoa powder in like I've just done, or you're putting a powder in and not a liquid, you might just dry the mix out slightly. So just put like a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of milk just to loosen it up if it goes a bit too claggy. To be fair, mine's fine because it's quite warm in here now, so the butter's quite soft.
Spread it in the pan.
Sorry?
When you spread it in the pan, do you make the middle bit a bit more squashed than the edges so that when it rises flat?
Just try and get it level. Don't be too fussed, because a cake will naturally...
It's got a spirit level. Is that going to be a problem?
No. You just literally push it to the end. It's the ends that's more important. Get them sort of in there, and then the middle finds itself anyway because it'll all flow back in there.
Yeah.
But when we get to the cake later on the second stage, we slice a small amount of the top off anyway and level it up. So we don't have to worry. Right, so there's my chocolate one. So that's going to go in my other side. Do you know what? I might pop a bit of rum in that actually. Where's the rum? Try Jessica. If you grab me the rum off of the.
What rum?
Is there is the red one in there? Dead man's finger red one. So I'm actually going to go with a bit of rum in mine as well. Spice it up a little. It's just coming. So you've literally got a. How red's yours now, Josie? Or you still putting more in here?
Oh yeah.
That's white. That's not red.
Green, isn't it?
That's a pole. So I literally put about a quarter of a shot in there. That's all. We don't need a lot.
I've got some alcohol in it. Gel thing before.
Darren said, how much cocoa?
Can you not get it out?
Yeah, I think I'm stick a pin in it.
Just get scissors, cut the top off.
Darren said,
I've put about a tablespoon, a bit more, not too much, about a tablespoon, Darren, just a bit. Because the cocoa soon colours up, like you can see mine there. And I just put a bit of rum in that, just to add a bit more as well.
say hello to Joe from Rocket Dolls. He's watching.
All right, Mr. Constable, how you doing, mate? Fantastic album, we love it.
Hi, Joe. Joe, can you have a word with your singer and tell him to put his nipples away, please?
Nipples.
He literally plays guitar without his nipples on show now. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
That's a fun thing now. Evan, she's baking and on barbecuing. Okay.
Oh, it's Mrs. doing it, she?
Yeah, cool.
Right, so I'm there, I'm ready to go.
How red's yours? Oh, yeah. Nice.
So we just got that there, and there's two in the side, and then we're just going to bung these in the oven in a second.
Ooh, Gary, I had an idea. Next time
What?
we should make an angel cake and make it Neapolitan flavour. So you've got like a vanilla layer, a chocolate layer, and a strawberry layer.
I hate angel cake.
My favourite.
It's the most boring thing
Someone else
going.
just asked for that as well.
I love it. I
We need to do baked Alaska, which is sponge with ice cream and meringue in the oven.
Such a granddad dish, that.
Ah, it's amazing. Jack, what colour is your tongue, mate? Blue or red? Blue, probably. Right then, so has everybody got all their cakes in? Or in the tins, ready to go?
Apple doesn't need
Yeah,
more
that
cake.
looks like it'll be alright. Yeah, that'll be good. Get that in the tin. Right, so for everybody that's got them in, you should have something like this. Square tin, divide down the middle, bit of flappy paper the other side, two different colours. Now that wants to go in the oven, 180, bottom shelf. Just got to check this. Should know this, I made it enough. Yeah, we'll check it after 20 minutes. My oven was taking just over 20 minutes, but some of you might take 25, maybe a little bit longer, because ovens vary so much. When everybody asks me, like, oh, I do this on my oven, that, every oven's different. Some ovens are like, you know, boost it out, others take longer. So you have to, like, look at it. But the way we do it is take a smaller knife than this, but you just take a knife and you just put it in like that, pull it out, and when it comes out and it's firm on top and it comes out clean, it's done. So we're going to chuck these in the oven now, 180, 20 minutes, bottom shelf, So you need to get your timers on. 20 minutes, you'll have a check, see whether they're done. If not, they might need just like another 5 minutes, but they're going to be around the 20 to 26, 27 minute mark.
So Michael said to Josie, that's fighting cork. My host, cannellonis would be awesome. I've never to this day figured out how they make them.
Cannellonis is just... I've never made fresh cannelloni, but you buy the dried sheep, you just fill it and hot sauce and chuck it in the oven. Right, so mine's gone in at 26, so I'm going to check mine in 20 minutes, which will be 5 o'clock.
Boys is looking good, nice and bright.
Yeah, well, you've got nice bright colours. Well, you've got distinctive colours, so people should be starting to put them in the oven now. Once we do that, it's probably staying on here because you're going to take half hour to cook. I can't sit here for half an hour and talk. nothing interesting to say. So we'll let everybody catch up and then we'll say goodbye. Pop them all in the ovens. I think Josie's putting hers in the oven. And then we will reconverge at like 6:30 when they should be cool and make them up. So basically, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, check them at 20, probably take nearer to 25, but it's always good to check early. Stick a knife in, if it comes out clean, you're good. The top should be sort of firm, not battery, as if you're going to push it through. Just like a normal cake. I'm assuming most people bake cakes anyway, but if you haven't, that's what you're kind of looking for. Take it out when it's cooked, leave it on the side for about 5 minutes, then flip it out of the tin, take all the paper away, and then just stick them on a wire rack or somewhere out of the way just to cool down and just leave them. And that's it. Now you just leave them on the side, and at 6:30 we'll come back and I'll show you how to put it all together.
Is there any prep they need to do?
Prep for them. So what have we got to do? You're going to want your jam. If you're using jam, it's a little bit loose because obviously everybody's doing different things. I have marzipan. Some people are doing fondant. So you need that. You need a bit of ice and sugar to roll your marzipan and fondant out with. You need a rolling pin. If you're using jam, you're going to need to warm that up slightly so it's spreadable. If you're doing butter icing, you could make up your butter icing to get that done. Don't put it in the fridge though, because you go too hard to spread it, tear the cake. If you were going to sort of make a chocolate ganache, whether you had a bit of cream in and some really nice chocolate, you can do that and get that done up. And bar that, there's not too much to do now until we get the cakes out and cooked. I'm going to pop a bit of rum in mine.
Ed Garvin said together, Darren's in. Oh, Ed said both in together, yeah.
Has he done 2 cakes?
Yeah, I think so.
Or has he done...
Together.
If he's done like 2 different cakes, depends if he's done like double.
I think my pink layer is quite a bit thinner than my white layer.
Let's have a look. Yeah, but you haven't divided it properly.
No.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it now, but when we cut it, you can cut a bit more off your other layer, so you'll be able to level it out.
Snacks. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Yep, so there's one there. Right, great. And the other one? Right, now if you're doing 2,
Yeah.
you're doing 2. How big's your oven?
Quite big.
So can they go side by side, or they got to go on top?
Probably. I'll give it a go. I'll go try.
If anybody's doing 2 like Josie's doing, I think, who else was doing 2? Is it Gemma?
Ed.
Ed. So if Ed's doing this, so if people are doing 2, and you're putting them in for the 20 minutes, what you could probably do after about 10 minutes is turn them around because they cook uneven. If that makes sense. When you put them in on the same shelf, you get the same heat. But you do that, that top one's covering that one, so you'll probably need to flip them around at some point. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then they should, for an even cook and an even bake and everything. And you might just need to give yours slightly longer if you've got 2 in the oven. You're probably going to need 25-minute mark.
Simon said, should I melt butter and mix in the gin ready for 6 o'clock?
But is he doing butter gin or butter jam?
He said, should I melt butter and mix in the gin ready for 6 o'clock? So he must be doing gin bar.
So if he's doing butter icing but going to do gin, do not melt the butter. because you'll have clarified butter and it'll be horrible. What you need to do is leave your butter out and let it get to room temperature. You know, like, how can I say? There's our butter pot there. That's the one we use for home. So you just want that, like, that soft, like that. Don't melt it. You just want it. And then what you can do now, if you've got soft butter there now, if it's coming straight out of the fridge, pop it in the microwave for like sort of 10 seconds just to soften it up. Pop your icing sugar in, and then whatever alcohol you're going to have in, mix it up, and then just leave it on the side. If you melt the actual butter down, you'll end up with like a pool of clarified fat.
This is instead of jam, he said.
Yeah, it'd be better. Simon, you'd be better doing that. Or if you could do two. If you've got jam, you can warm a little bit of jam up, pop the gin in it, and have a gin jam. Gin jam, that sounds like ginger. You have a gin jam, and you could use that in the middle, and then on the outer bits, you could put your gin butter icing. So then you'd have a gin jam, you'd have gin. So that would work. I'll leave it up to you, whichever way you want to go. Either way, you could have all in that. You could do gin jam in the whole lot, middle and everything, or you could do butter icing in everything, or you can do half and half. I personally would go for the half and half if you've got time. Is that the next bit? Simon Goodyear, he wants gin jam and
gin
butter icing.
But you want to know to melt butter.
You can have like the both. So hopefully I explained all that to you, Simon. If not, give me a holler. Right, so your cake's gone in, is it?
Yeah, it's in the oven now. What time
to go in?
47.
Check it in 20 minutes.
Simon says.
Yeah, I couldn't put on one shelf, so I'll swap them around.
You've got the top, so yours, people who are having two and having to swap them round and round, you're going to be sort of 25, maybe a little bit longer, because obviously you're trying to put two double lots in there.
Does Josie want to chat to everyone?
Do you want to chat to anyone, Josie? You've got fans on there, I would assume, is people watching?
Oh, yeah. They're saying, are people drunk yet? People not baking? Not butter. Question for you guys. What makes the best glue for marzipan? Am I better off with buttercream or jam for the glue?
Buttercream or jam? Both.
Both, right.
Yeah,
Cool. More is more.
Yeah. If you want to do like the double bit, so I was just saying to Simon, you have the jam in the square bits in the middle, and then the butter icing around the side, so you get jam and butter icing. But butter, you can do either or right the way through it all. But the butter icing just gives you a bit more options.
For the Union Jack, I'm putting both so that you've got the red and the white.
The Union Jack.
Do you know how the diagonal bits?
Yeah, you're going to do the diagonal, yeah? So what you got for blue then?
I'm making it pink and white.
So you've got blue. How are you doing Union Jack without blue then?
You'll see.
Smart, blue smart.
So you need to do, if you did it square, you in theory you've got the St George Cross, isn't you?
I'll make the St George Cross out of the.
Don't you? You've got red in.
I haven't decided which way around to do it yet, but I'm basically going to substitute the blue for either the pink or the white, and then use jam and buttercream to sandwich them to make the white diagonals.
So the white diagonal is going to be that, but you just got no blue at all, have you?
Because if I put blue things in, my mum won't eat it. She's very, very hippie about artificial colours. So if I was going to make a rainbow one for the NHS, like do loads of different layers of different colours, but she's like, I'm not going to eat that. So unless I'm going to eat an entire Battenburg myself, I have to pander to the
cube. So they did like Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
So they did that. So basically, when we go to cut it in a minute, they cut it a little bit more, so you had little squares and stuff together like a Rubik's Cube. And that was like, okay.
Ooh, you know what I did see when I was doing my research? You can make a circular Battenburg, and what you do is you make like 2 white sponges and 2 pink sponges. You alternate them, and then you cut out like concentric circles and swap them over over. So when you cut it through, it looks like a chessboard.
Yeah.
I think we should make one of those sometime, Gaz.
But Terry from Ganache.
Don't know. What's that?
Make sure you don't say Michael Alley. It's a man.
I don't know, Terry, give a message.
He is.
Come on. Colour is natural. It comes from concentrated sky.
So tell your mum the colour is natural. It comes from concentrated stuff. Guy. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Michael Alley.
Why would she blue?
Because she thinks it makes you. She thinks it gives you cancer. Any artificial colouring she doesn't like. And normally you can get the natural ones, but you can't get stuff in the shops at the moment. You can only get the stuff that glows in the dark. So she won't eat that. I
Right,
love
so
that.
anyway, got red and white. So you're gonna cut it that way, and then you'll have to slice down that way, and then you're gonna have red and white quarters.
Yes.
I know, because if you're not, I can say you could have done blue icing as the blue red. But you can't use blue, can you? So you're better off putting jam in the middle. Well, it ain't gonna matter really, is it? Because you've got red and white sponge.
Yeah.
Whether you do red and white,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. But you
Yeah,
could do jam in the middle, butter icing around the outside for taste.
If you think of the Union Jack, it's got a blue background and then there's a red and white stripe going diagonal anyway. So I'm just going to basically use the pink cake instead of the blue background, cut it diagonally, and then use buttercream and jam to be the equivalent of the red and white stripe.
Okay, I got you. So you're keeping your sponges together, yeah. And then going to cut it and then fill the sponge in between. Yeah. Draw it. Hang on. Yeah. No, you're just going to keep. So you're going to cut it into 4 bits.
No, because I'm going to make a cross. It's like a DT project.
Yeah, right. I'm just going to watch you do it then.
It might just turn into me eating the entire cake for tea because it didn't work. Or my mum actually bought some cream the other day because she said she was going to make some tiramisu in case my cake didn't work.
No confidence, eh? No confidence.
Probably wrong.
Hey, Mark, you alright? James, Mark James.
So he's making
No, you just watch it, I think. Right, so where are we to now? We probably should sign off. What's the time?
6 minutes till I need to swap my cakes over.
Right, so it's 5 cake sandwich. We still need that hour and a quarter. Right, so do we sign off now, everybody? Is everybody happy? Cake should all be in. Should all be halfway through cooking-ish now. If you've got any issues when they're coming out, just private message me. And then I'll send a picture if you want, and I'll check it and look at it. And then we'll come back at 6:30. Get your cakes out. Hour to cool down, that's plenty of time. And then we'll slice them up, jam them, Tia Maria, gin them. Yeah, if anybody, anything in between, just give me a message.
Send a picture.
Send a picture and then we'll do it.
Anyone else's laptop covered in cake batter?
No, because I'm on the iPad and it's like high, like hanging from the ceiling. And I'm not as messy as...
Seriously, I've just picked this. This has just come off the chair. Half my cake mixture. I don't need to lick the bowl.
Yeah,
I just need to.
no.
Look, it's on the sewing machine as well. Look, so some on the chair, and then where's the sewing machine? Can you see it on the sewing machine?
Yeah.
That's cool. A good job, well done. That is.
Right, so hopefully everybody's good, and we'll sign off now, and then we'll come back for 6:30 to do the next bit.
Terry said make 2 cakes. Josie Union Jack one for you, and a small brown one with your mum with no additives.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what. My mum's one will be made from organic eggs and brown flour, honey, and that's probably all that's permitted in her ingredients list. So it's called a very sad cake.
Where is Mum? She's not there.
She's been banished.
Banished. You got to let her in for 5 minutes in the next bit. She's got to come in on. She's got to have like a quick 5-minute fleet
She
interview.
had to stick her nose in earlier when we were doing the test run.
Oh,
You know what? Maybe she can do the icing. I'll just pass it over to her. She can do it.
right. So
It's a
oh,
typical drummer chucking stuff at the singer.
Who's the singer?
Today you're
Oh,
not
singing sewing machine.
Oh.
Oh, the singer!
That was so good. That's pretty good.
it's pretty quick.
That was quick. I like that.
Right, I'm going to go and look at my cakes because I think they need swapping now.
Right. Okay. Then, so everybody, bye bye. Back here at R6. You'll message me just before so we can get this link back up. Yeah. Any problems, anybody? Just message me via the work thing and then send me a picture if you're unsure of anything, or bell me. I don't mind. Bell me and I'll sort it out. All right.
Tell everyone to go make those wicked things.
Gone. Right, go and have a drink. We'll see you all at 6:30.
Hey, is Helen gonna do a tea making competition entry? I think she should.
Did you see mine?
I did
On the
see
barbecue?
it. Yeah, you nearly burnt your fingers off.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, we'll get her doing one as well.
Okay, I'll do one.
Took ages to get it on the site though. I couldn't like link these wicked rivers in it. It was like really weird. Took ages. Couldn't couldn't put it on their page. I could only do it from my phone in the end.
I smell cake now.
But I can smell cake. I've got to go. You need to go and turn yours around. Everybody else, Ed, you need to do yours. Right, you going to turn it off, then, Jose?
Yeah. See you in a bit, peeps.
Right. See you after.
Bye.
Bye.